Ding dong. Hi y'all. Welcome on in. The preview is looking a little choppy on my end. I'm trying something else for the multi-streaming of it all. So I hope everything is fine and juicy. Let me know if you encounter any issues, any dropped frames, anything of the sort. It's looking fine on Twitch, but I'm like, I don't know if it's the restream of it all. But oh yeah, the music is a bit loud, huh? Yeah, hold on. How do I fix that? Here. That should be better, correct? Music-wise. Hi, Willow. Hi, Jam. You juicy icons. Welcome, welcome. Let me try to center the chat on my end so that it's juicier. Okay, hold on. Apparently this is yelling at me because of my bit rate. My God, I didn't realize my bit rate was too juicy to handle. How are y'all doing? It's so good to see you. I apologize for not streaming last week. I really wanted to, but I did that thing where I overthink things a lot, which you know, may have led to me not doing anything at all. And we hate that. And we hate that. So, you know, we're hopefully not, you know, doing that. Hopefully we're not gonna do too much of that. But, here we are. Yeah, let me know if anything happens to the stream. I should be able to see everything that y'all are saying. I'm juicy. Everything is good on Twitch. Doing good. I'm so glad you're doing well, Jam. The employment life is interesting. Haven't had like a full-time gig in a very, very long time, and it's very draining, and it's very it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, I don't know how the fully employed girlies do this like every other day or something, because I cannot do anything. Like this, like the second I get home, all I want is to shower, eat, and then go to bed. So it's very commendable, the girlies who are able to do it all, you know? Very, very commendable. Thank you. I'm glad to be back too. I mean, today's stream is just gonna be another little chatting moment. But I have ordered the latest and juiciest Tamagotchi Life game for the Switch. My Joy-Con has returned. and I was able to find it at a used game store that I had vouchers for. So I literally bought it for like half of its price because of the vouchers I had. So I played the demo and I loved it, and then I was like, wait, this needs to be something that I stream. Because, and it's not even in a way of like, ooh, content, everything needs to be content. That game is quite literally for streaming. In my mind, like when I look at it, I'm like, I have to stream this. I have to stream this. I have to create like a random cast of characters, put myself in it, and just see what happens. So I will most likely be doing that next week. Listen, that game is wild. I've been seeing, yeah, you've been watching people stream it. Yeah, it's wonderful. I've seen like plenty of clips about it, and people just have like the wildest characters as well, and like it's just so fun, like when you have the ability to just kind of do whatever. And yeah, it's just super chaotic. It also made me want to play, I forget what it was called, but it's like a Tamagotchi game as well, that's like an RPG. So you can have like your custom characters and all that stuff. I think I don't think, I know Passion streamed it, and I was like, ooh, this could be fun. But at the time, because I was watching her playthrough, I was like, I mean, now I don't want to play it because, you know, I'm basically watching the whole thing. But now that it's been a while since I've seen that, maybe I could get back to that eventually. Even working part-time, I'm just like, it's work and sleep. No, fully Willow. Like I don't know how I used to do it. Because I had a longer commute than now. I had a like physically harder job as well, so I don't know. Listen, this was like 10 years ago, so like I was young. Hey Dex, I should play that M&M game. I love that I just fully don't know what the game is, but I could create an M&M. I could create the green M&M in Tamagotchi life. Listen, I feel like I would have to create characters that would make sense in my, you know, realm, you know, like I'm already imagining like Sailor Moon, like Britney, and then like some hot guys in there like Daddy Kiryu, maybe like Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. Then we could have like random people like RuPaul maybe, or like something like that. Like just like random people that I randomly think of, like Tomb Raider, like I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited about it. And I feel like that's a game that could be fun as well for me to like play on my own sometimes, and then like if something wild happens between streams, I can always record it and show it to y'all. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. And it was one of those things that just like lined up perfectly, because at first I was like, ooh, the game is a bit expensive. It's like $60, 60 euros. I was like, maybe I'll wait a little bit. And then I saw it for like 55 somewhere, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll get that. And then I thought, fuck it, my birthday is in like 2 days. I'm just gonna buy it. And then I literally opened my email, and I had notifications on for this like a secondhand game store called CEX that I sell games to when I feel like doing that. And they were like, Tamagotchi Live is in stock, and I was like, ooh, wait a minute. And then I checked which store, and it was like in one of the archipelagos. It was in Madeira. So I was like, okay, so I can't necessarily just show up to the store. The shipping is only $250. They were still, mind you, they were selling it for like full price. They were selling it for $60 because they know that game is in high demand. But I was like, Mama, I have some vouchers. So I put all the vouchers together and I paid like 30 something. And I was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, exactly. We love when the universe just conspires to make something happen like that. The green and brown M&Ms, they're lesbians, please. The switch clipping thing is so good for this game. It truly is. But I noticed I was like trying to record some interactions, and it's just like it doesn't go back far enough. Like it doesn't record for long enough. And I was like, oh damn, I feel like I have to play it on like, not what is it called? Docked mode, so that I can like, I just have OBS open just in case and I record. And I thought it would be a game that would be fun for me to play off stream, fun for me to play on stream, and just kind of be like, hey y'all, this is what my girlies have been up to. Because as much as honestly, I would love to start like a, full-blown playthrough of anything, but because right now I can only really commit to like once a week at most, I'm like, like, do I want to start like, Final Fantasy not 13, Final Fantasy 12 or something like that? Like, do I really want to do something like that and then maybe not be able to show it every week? Or would I just like play a random thing every week? Like, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I can kind of manage, being full-time employed with like wanting to make things. And I really missed streaming last week. Like last week I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. Like I just want to be ugly today. And then I was like, but then like by the time like maybe Tuesday came around, I was like, ugh, I wish I streamed. Like now, like I can't, you know what I mean? So I was like, ugh, I wish I did. So, even if it's like a smaller, shorter little moment, I do want to stream more often. Hey Vesper, how's it going? Love the emotes. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. We're chatting on Twitch, we're chatting on YouTube. It's all over the place in the best way. Also, my job is making me want to stream. I can't literally, like, I signed an NDA, so I can't talk about, like, who I work for, but I literally work, well, the company I could, but I don't want to dox myself, so I'm not going to do either of those things. But because I'm doing, like, tickets for, like, social media adjacent things, I'm like, it makes me like want to do it, which is like such an annoying thing because I'm at work. And I'm like, damn, like I want to stream everywhere, all the platforms. I want to do all the things, but yeah. But yeah, tell me what y'all have been up to these past couple weeks. Let's have a little catch-up session. Let's chat about what we've been doing, what we've been up to, any news in our lives, anything that you're enjoying, anything that you're struggling with, anything, whatever. Let's just chat. Let's have a juicy old chat today. Work has been okay. Like I'm still doing training, so like, you know, things are still like fine because we're still doing the training bit until the 15th. So, you know, I'm still doing the 9 to 6 moment. Someone lied several times when they said 9 to 5 because 9 to 5 is not a thing. Because lunchtime is a thing and you just get off work at 6. But then I'm gonna start rotating schedules, and that's gonna add like a whole other layer of something to my life. So we'll see how that's gonna go. But so far it's chill. I did like a shadowing day, so I just like watched people work for a day, and I even like got to submit a couple tickets myself and everything. And everything, it felt really chill. Like people were like, they had their little headphones in, they could listen to music on YouTube while they worked. So it just felt like really cutesy, really like simple. Speaking of cutesy, I got this little guy yesterday. I couldn't resist, and I bought a little like blind bag of Sonic girlies, and I got Knuckles. Look at him, he's so tiny. He could like literally just sit here. Oh my god, he totally can. Holy shit. Oh, look at him. Oh my god. Just playing silly little games. Like what? What have you been playing? You had to do something yesterday that you agreed to be a part of, and you were a part of that for 12 hours. Damn. I was low-key hoping I would get Amy, but I feel like any character I would get would be fun. I honestly am very tempted to go back to that store next week and just like seeing if because there were only 2 Sonic like little blind bags. So I was like, I'm not gonna get the 2 of them, but you know, maybe I'll get the other one. Maybe I'll go back to that store and see if they have it. Either way, I just, you know, I was like, you know, I just had my first little paycheck, and I was like, I want to treat myself a little bit. Maybe we grab that last little one. Yes. And there aren't really like any bad choices. So I could get like Eggman, but I feel like even that would be fun. Wait, Eggman in the Tamagotchi Life Island? Wait. Wait a minute. Wait. I could just do like a Sonic cast island. I don't know if I would want that. I feel like I would want like a variety. I love the crossover possibilities on that one. Like every time I see a clip, it's like, you know, Wendy Williams interrupting a love connection between like Lara Croft and Leon Kennedy. You know what I mean? It's just like, I love seeing like the crossover of it all is like, I think what can make it like so fun. But yeah. Oof, 12-hour commitment though, that's rough. That's rough, Diva. Yeah, I'm heavily considering grabbing the other blind bag. I'm usually not somebody who would like get into that, but I was like, if I would be okay with any of the options or with most of the options, I feel like it's fine. You know what I mean? On a Friend's Island, Queen Latifah, Wendy Williams, and Michael Myers were all... That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. I saw a reel of somebody being like, I had to make my friends in this game, but then they all started dating each other and it was gross to me, so I so I literally made them all siblings instead. Because they were like, absolutely not. I'm not like, you know, I get it, because it would be like me making like me's of y'all and then being like, ugh, I don't know, you know, I don't know if I want to see them going at it. But yeah, I was like, whoa, that's awesome. They fall in love so quick. I love it. I love the drama of it. Like, of course it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's what I love. And I feel like, not to be dramatic, but I feel like that's what we need right now. Like, we need just like whimsical, silly, just fun things like that, you know? I just like a game that makes me laugh, like, sign me up. And every little clip that I've seen, I feel like I'm stopping myself from seeing too many clips because they're just so, they're just so good. But I also can't resist watching some of them. But yeah. I love it. It's very silly. I also loved from just playing the demo that you can like, I can be a they them, and that's fine. That's cute. We can wear whatever we want. It's like I like little things like that. I saw people making like Slenderman. I saw people making RuPaul. I saw Trixie and Katya as well. I did see the green M&M. I saw Lisa Rinna. I saw Wendy Williams. Yeah, I saw Lara Croft, Hannah Montana, Chapel Roan. Like, people are just like going in and just like making all the people, and I love that. I honestly really love that. It just it adds to the chaos of it all. I love it. I've also seen people just basically make kind of like themselves and then just like a harem of people that they wanna fuck. And so it's like every day somebody else falling in love with them, and they're like, oh no. They're like, oh no, all of these juicy men are falling in love with me. Yeah, like, yeah, like if you're willing to draw, you can make anything, which is awesome. I've seen people do Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I was like, I don't know how y'all are like doing. I saw a No Face as well. from the Ghibli movies, or movie rather. And then their voices just crack me up. Like, it's just, like, it's the best. It's truly the best. But anyways, so this week I am going to labor court. Right on my birthday, and I have work that day also because it's a Tuesday. So I'm literally going. The good if there's any silver lining there is that the labor court appointment is at like 10:30. So I don't have to get up as early as I usually do. Then there's the possibility that we find, a cute little mutual agreement and I get money. I get a little birthday present. And then I have to go to work right after. Ooh. So there's that. I mean, it's training, so we have like 30-minute breaks. Like I have a 30-minute break in the morning, a 30-minute break in the afternoon, and then like a full hour break at lunch, sometimes slightly longer. So like I can't really complain about the training schedule. But yeah. Happy birthday indeed. I hope I can I hope I can get like a juicy little deal. My therapist was like, you better just like ask for more than what you want. My therapist was like, you basically, I forget what the word is in English. What is that word when it's like the opposite of a bidding war? It's like when you're negotiating a deal. What is that called? Like when you're at a market and the seller is like, I'll sell you this for 20. And you're like, no, I'll buy it for 10. And they'll be like, no, 18. And you're like, no, 15. Bartering. Thank you. Yeah, bartering, hassling, yeah. Thank you. My therapist was like, that's basically what you have to do. They're gonna say something, you're gonna say something, and then you're basically gonna find a middle ground. So they were like, you better not like ask for the bare minimum. And I was like, okay, fine. Honestly, it's funny being in therapy. Is really funny sometimes because I feel like that's at least my experience. I feel like I go into a session sometimes thinking we're gonna talk about something, and then we end up talking about like the natural flow of the conversation. We just end up talking about other things, and so yeah, we're really. Let's just say that between this session that I just had yesterday and the next session in 2 weeks, I have a lot of challenges to do. I have a challenge of trying to befriend people at work. Like, obviously not forcing anything, but like making maybe a little bit more of an effort to like try to get to know people, for them to get to know me. Stuff like that. And then at work and otherwise, and then to basically barter my way into a juicy deal. So hey. Love my therapist, hate the challenge. But it's funny because when we get out of a session and I don't feel like I'm challenged, I'm like, oh, maybe this session wasn't as productive. I don't feel challenged. And then I get back and it's like, oh, you wanted a twist, eh? Oh, you wanted a little twist. Oh, you wanted to work. Okay, let's get to work then. So there's that. But hey, at least it's working as far as like I'm not really burning myself out at the moment. I'm like challenging myself while at the same time not overdoing it, you know, so we're working it. We're working something out here. I've also been reading this transparent book. No, this is the Artist's Way. I was trying to read from the preview and I was like, that's not gonna work because it's backwards, turns out. And yes, this is a girl's generation. Tiffany, not a photo card, but a thing that I'm using as a bookmark because it's the perfect bookmark. Let me show you. This is from the Forever One. Oh no, Knuckles! Hold on. Please hold. I just killed Knuckles. Let me send him somewhere else. This is literally the perfect bookmark. It's Girls' Generation, Forever One. This is Tiffany. You can't see it at all. Can you tell I haven't streamed in a while? That I'm not used to really streaming these days? There. Okay, now the autofocus needs to be a thing. Hold on. Hi, hello. Hello, hi. There she is. Miss Tiffany. This is the perfect bookmark. So anyways, it's The Artist's Way. This is basically a book about creativity. And kind of discovering and recovering your creative self, which I literally happened upon when I needed to charge my phone really badly, and I thought, the library sounds like a great idea to a great place to charge my phone. And then I just came across this book after like seeing a reel about it. And it's basically like a second wave of therapy because they have like these tasks for you to do. And this week there was a task that was like, list like childhood like snacks and things you like to eat as a kid. And then after you do the list, it challenges you to like buy one of those things for yourself that week. And so I was like, oh, that's cute. So yeah, I've been doing that as well. It's basically like a complimentary thing to my therapy. But the reason I brought this book up is because it talks a bit about synchronicity and how sometimes things just end up aligning in weird, coincidental ways that make perfect sense and end up being exactly what you wanted or needed. But sometimes we reject that because it's too easy or because of like any other reason. So yeah, the whole thing that happened this week with the Tamagotchi life of it all, like it just ended up working out perfectly. I was like, oh, I really want this game. I'm not sure if I want to pay that much for it. It's out of stock, but let me just in case, you know, turn on the alerts just in case they get it. They're probably not gonna get it anytime soon because who would sell the game? But somebody did, and I managed to get it 50% off, and I will get it basically in time for the next stream. So it's just like little things like that. And even for this job, I think what happened was, I think on Monday I got so this is how it happened. I applied for this job in like March. A month later, I get an email just like with details of the job offer. I was like, what am I even supposed to do with this? Like at first I was like, not even a job offer. It was like more details about the position. So it wasn't even like, we saw your resume and whatever. Like, it was just like, okay, this is how it works, blah, 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 all this thing. And I was like, did I accidentally subscribe to this and now I'm just gonna receive like their job postings? I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna look into it, like I'll get back to them eventually. Then that same week, like maybe that day or the day after, we were having dinner and the news was on, and I see a little like I guess a little report. I forget what those things are called. Maybe a little report, yeah, about like companies that do like charitable things and whatever. Lo and behold, the company that I had applied for were like they're doing like it was like beach cleaning or something. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I was like, wait, maybe I should get back to them. And then I did. I was like, sounds interesting, sounds juicy, I'm interested, I forget how I replied, but I was basically like, I'm interested, and I am interested in partaking in the next step of the recruitment process, basically something like that. Lo and behold, it happened. So, just like little things like that sometimes go by unnoticed, but because now I've been like writing every day, or most days, and because I have been reading this, and I don't know if it's like confirmation bias, but either way it's working for me. All of this happened before I was even reading this book, so yeah, it's just like little things like that happen. Like this, one of the latest things that happened to me as well was I accidentally overbooked myself on Saturday. So I was like getting like a medical test thing done. I had a hairdresser appointment and I had therapy, and they were basically going to be like back to back. Because I booked all of those things, I guess, without looking at my schedule. I was like, yeah, it's a Saturday. I am off on a Saturday, sure. And then as the day was approaching, I was like, I don't know. And then like literally like a couple days before, my hairdresser was like, sent me like a message on WhatsApp, and they were like, hey, so sorry, we're not gonna work that day actually, so let's just like reschedule for another day. I was like, that's completely fine actually. That's completely fine actually. Sadly, I did not get my hair cut or retouched, but that's fine because it all worked out the way that it needed to. Have y'all experienced something like that, like recently, or just like at a specific time of your life where you were like, wait, this is weird, like I was just thinking about this and then like something similar happened, or I met somebody that, I don't know. The book listed some examples, and it was things like that where it was like people who want to be a screenwriter, and then one day they just randomly, like for a work thing, they get seated next to somebody who works with screenwriters or something like that. And or like I think there, I don't know, like maybe it's confirmation bias, but I really do believe that synchronicity does happen in like weird random ways where like, yeah, I don't know, like one major one that I like thought of recently as well was when, and I told y'all this story before, but when I went to see BTS at the time in like 2018 or something like that, me and Mama Ruby were trying to get back to the hotel from the concert, and it was like very chaotic, like the subway and like the transportation system of it all. And I didn't have like internet, like I didn't have mobile data there for some reason. Um, and then we got on a metro, and then we had to transfer to another thing. And then from there we would go to the hotel. Then my card wasn't working for some reason, to for us to buy the tickets. And then we looked. We were like, well, we don't have like any coins. Like we don't have like, we had like maybe a 10 or 20 euro bill or something. We're like, well, I don't have any coins for this freaking machine. Um, Lo and behold, this was like maybe 10:30, roughly 10:30, maybe. I don't know. I forget. It was nighttime. It was like after a concert, so it must have been at least like 9:30, 10:30, maybe close to 11 p.m. I don't know. There was this one store open, like across the street from the station. We're like, okay, we can just like buy something there. And hi, Ruin. It's good to see you, Diva. How are you? Welcome. Thank you. It's good to see you. It's really, really good to see you. I'm sharing a story about synchronicity. So if if you happen to have anything like that in your brain, um, feel free to share a little story. Um, and okay, so we were basically like, what are we gonna do? We were at this like metro station. We didn't have like coins for the machine to, and my card wasn't working. So we're like, okay, let's go across the street. This one store, this like convenience store. It was the only store that was open on that street. And we're like, okay, we can just like buy a couple things, and like we can use the change that they give us for the tickets. I think we just bought like a bottle of water each. And so I think what it was, like, I think we had like a 20 maybe. And so they gave us like 10 euros like as a bill, and then the rest in coins, or they gave us like 10 and then a 5 bill and then the rest in coins. It wasn't that much. We go back to the machine. We're like, okay, it wasn't like a metro, but it's like a metro, but not a metro. But it's like not underground, but it's like above ground. But they called it something else. Not a metro, something else. Not a train. I don't know. Like, it wasn't like, I don't know. For some reason, my mind just told me ferry. That's not really a thing. Anyways, when I tell you the exact amount of change that we had from that store was the exact amount of money we needed for those tickets. And no, it wasn't Subway. It was like, I forget. They had like a different name for it. We'll say Metro. I don't know. When I tell you, we were gonna be like basically stranded there for another, like, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes or something. Mind you, we didn't know how long these like trains, metros, whatever, we didn't know how long they were gonna run for, because time was basically ticking. And we're like, okay, we need this. And so when I tell you we had the exact amount of coins we needed for the tickets, I was like, this is insane. Like, moments like that really make me believe in synchronicity in that sense, because it's like, how we couldn't have guessed that we were gonna get that same exact amount that we needed in coins perfectly for us to like insert into the machine after my card wasn't working. And the water was useful as well, because we just came back from a concert, and it all ended up kind of working out in that way. But man, it's just like, sometimes things just kind of work out, huh? Like, and it's fascinating how that works. You feel like you had something like that happen to you before, but your brain is blank right now. I get that. I get that. Like, I literally wrote about it yesterday. So that's why I remembered. Now I can't stop thinking about what that thing could have been called. Hold on. I must investigate. How are you, Ruin? It's so good to see you. I hope that you are well, Diva. What have you been up to? Tell me everything. Hold on. I need to open a new tab in a new window. Ooh. What is a subway but above ground called? A tram. I think that's what it was called. Tram's right. Sorry. It's basically a metro, but like above ground. Can't say you've had any synchronicities lately. If it does happen, I don't think about it. That's fair. Yeah, I've basically been, I think I've been more aware of it because of this book that I'm reading that like mentions those kinds of things, and I'm like, yeah, that does happen sometimes where like, I don't know, it's like sometimes it's a simple thing of like, I really feel like doing this thing, and then you randomly come across somebody who has that exact same idea, and they approach you and they're like, hey, I really want to do this thing, or I've been thinking about this, and you're like, oh my god, I was just thinking about that. You know, like little things like that I truly adore and cherish. You've been good. Nothing major. Well, at least nothing dramatic, so we love that. You know, nothing bad, we hope. Screaming and hollering, I'm so mad. Tram's right. I wonder if I can have a tram in Tamagotchi life. Did RuPaul post a trans rights post, and it was like the trade? Yes. Which nobody even knew there was a train flag, but she certainly did that. She certainly did that. I wonder if that was her trying to be like funny or something. I don't know. What have you been playing, Ruin? She said, let me post that flag for Thomas the Tank Engine. Wow, I haven't thought of Thomas the Tank Engine in a while. I think the last time I saw Thomas the Tank Engine was, I saw like a clip of like a Skyrim mod where like somebody replaced a dragon with Thomas the Tank Engine. And honestly, iconic. I love that. Speaking of, there are a couple like mods that I do want to get into. I was informed of a Hannah Montana Tomb Raider anniversary mod. I've also been informed of a Oh my god. There's a side-scrolling Tomb Raider mod as well. Somebody did, I think, the first Tomb Raider, like all side-scroller. I forget if it was the first one or the first trilogy, something like that. Somebody made, like, somebody turned those games, or one of those games, into like a side-scrolling game, which I think is very interesting. And there was something else. Oh, it was like, I think it was like an OG Resident Evil, and I think they replaced Jill with Lara Croft or something like that. I love little things like that. It's just fun, you know? A lot of Pokopia. Mega Bonk? Who is she? Hold on. I must investigate. Mega Bonk. Who is that? Who is she? What is she doing? Mega Bonk. Mega Bonk on Steam. 2025 roguelike survival game. Ooh, okay. Oh, it kind of looks a bit like RuneScape, kind of, sort of. Not really, but kind of, sort of. Do you know what I mean? It has like RuneScape energy. It looks a little better than RuneScape. Honestly, a roguelike moment really can get like very like addicting. I totally get that. Ooh. Excuse me. You're up to FF13. Ooh. So you're currently playing 13? And then you're going to 15? Holy shit. You've come a long way, Diva. Damn. You really did the damn thing. It's been a journey. So did any of your like top 3 and bottom 3 change now that you've come so far in the journey? Because I remember, which one was it? I think, was it 3? I remember like you really disliked either 2 or 3 or something like that, or maybe both. I remember you didn't like one of the earlier ones. I know you didn't like 8 as well, but yeah, I need the updated list. What is the top 3? What is the bottom 3? You didn't love 2. Yeah, 2 is an odd one because like in order for you to get HP, you have to get hit by enemies. It's just like, it's a very interestingly built game because yeah, anyone can do anything, but at the same time it's like I can see that being very arduous, like having to work towards like very specific things very consciously, I guess. But yeah, I haven't played in like a week, but I have been playing a little bit of FF10 recently. It's been a replay. I've replayed that game time and time again. I'm playing it on my PS2 from childhood, so it feels like very special to revisit that game and have it be like a comfort kind of safe haven, if you will. But I haven't really played anything. I feel like recently I've been getting home and the last thing I want to do is like go to a screen, you know what I mean? Because I'm like already in front of a PC all day. But yeah. You didn't love 2? I already read that. I would say top 3 would be 6, 9, and 5. Oh, really? I mean, 6 and 9 doesn't surprise me because I haven't finished 6, but I loved what I played of it, and I've only heard good things about it. 9 is incredible. 5 is a surprising one. Not because I don't think people don't like it, but I feel like maybe she's a bit of an underrated one, you know? Bottom 3, 7. Really? 7, 12. Wow. And the last one is hard. Really? Huh. 12 I never finished, so I can't, you know. I'm a bit surprised 7 is in your bottom 3. Not because I would expect you specifically to like it or anything, but it's just, you know, it's such a beloved one. 12 is one of those that is kind of all over the place for people. Some people really love it, some people don't love it. Hi Fly, happy Sunday. Is that a toad? I can't, wait, I have to click on Twitch to see it. Nope, it's not. I'm sorry, I saw it from afar and I was like, oh my god, that's Toad. It's not. Turns out, it's not. It's probably cuter than a toad. Happy Sunday, Fly. It's good to see you. You understand? No, you don't have to defend your choice at all. Like, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just surprised. I usually when I see a bottom 3 list, it's like 8 and 2 and like 12 or 13. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm a little surprised, but I don't judge you for it. 12 you didn't love because I feel like we focused on the wrong person. They kind of just threw us in this political war. Yeah, and like, you know, in 2026, you don't want to really get into a political war in a video game because you already, you know, you already see the news every day and you don't really feel like, you know, revisiting that theme in your in your video games. I get what you mean though for 7 and for 12. I think okay, first of all, I do want to know what you mean by focusing on the wrong person, because I feel like I know what you're saying. Because to me, when I played 12, yes, we're talking about Final Fantasy in general, because Ruin is doing like this huge marathon and they've made it to 13. So I'm just like, you know, picking their brain on what they thought about the games so far and everything. I did mean a toad, yes. Like from Mario, yes. I did mean that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I felt too. That's how I felt too, Ruin. That's what I thought you were gonna say, because that's kind of what I thought. Because when I played 12, you kind of get introduced to Vaughn. Basically, Vaughn is the first character that you meet, so you're like, okay, this is the main character, because, you know, the game literally starts with like his brother, and there's like a whole thing there. But I feel like as the game develops, it becomes more about Ash and Balthier in a way, and also I forget his name. He's not a guard. He's like he was a guard, but he got like wrongfully arrested or something like that. You know who I'm talking about, right? Or a knight, not a guard, a knight. You know who I mean. But like Vaughn kind of becomes like a little like a side girly. Like he doesn't really. I mean, as far as like what I played, Bosch, I think, yes. I think as far as I played, it felt like he was kind of, in a way, he was kind of like, if it's like he represented us, maybe, in a way. Like he was kind of thrown into this whole thing, and like he's like barely related to the story because like his brother was a part of it, but not really himself directly. So I feel that. I think my biggest issue with 12 was that I didn't love the combat. I liked to a certain extent like the programming of it all, like, you know, setting up the characters to automatically do things and stuff like that. Like I thought that was an interesting little like feature, I guess, but I didn't like how it felt, just like it was on autoplay in a way. Like I think coming from 10 to, well, you know, growing up I went from 8 to 10 to, and then I went to 12. I really missed the turn-based juiciness. Like I truly missed like being in full control. And yeah, I do get it, because they were, I mean, MMOs were a big thing at the time. Like it was like basically the beginning of the MMORPG boom. So like they were trying to get in on that for like a single player moment. But I don't like that type of combat. You know what I mean? Like even like I don't really play MMORPGs because of that. Like I don't really love that like autoplay kind of thing. But I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably not my least favorite. I honestly really want to play the ones that I haven't yet. I don't know when I'll do it, because, you know, now I'm working like every day. So even if I would love to stream those, I don't even know if I could, or I don't know, maybe I would have to record or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't have to make content out of it. I get that. I don't have to. I don't have to make content of everything that I play. But it's hard not to get that like instinct sometimes, you know? Yeah, I get it. I got it. I totally get your point, Ruin. It's completely valid. And what about, let's talk a little bit about the ones you loved, because you said 6, 9, and 5. I mean, 9, I remember playing that when I finally played that. And when I finished that, I remember just being like, that was a really good game. Like, you know how like sometimes you play a game and you're like, I had a really good time or whatever. When that game finished, I was like, wow, that was a really good game. And I don't think I've said that, or I felt that like too often. Because sometimes you're like, that was a really good experience, but sometimes you're frustrated at some things and whatever. I don't think I had anything bad to say about 9. Like literally when I finished it, I was like, I loved that. Like, no notes. Like, I loved it. I was like, that was awesome. Like, that was really cool. I honestly don't remember too much about the ending of that or anything, like, but I just remember like I really loved it. Because 9 is one of those that I feel like I only played like once all the way through. To you, it's harder to set player auto action in some games. You'd rather just do turn-based. Yeah. I really love the turn-based combat, so it's difficult for me to play a Final Fantasy game that doesn't necessarily have that, you know? The last, yeah, I already read that. Your favorite is 14. That's 14, right? Yeah. I was like, wait, let me get my Roman numerals. I couldn't really get into it for 14, unfortunately. Like, I enjoyed it, but like, you know, I'm also completely fine not playing it, you know? 6 you loved because of all the characters. You loved Kefka, one of the best video game villains ever. Ooh. I have heard that, not criticism, like, what is it? That comment, that, like, yeah. I've heard that praise before for Kefka. 9, you loved the characters. The story gave great highs and lows. I really loved it. 6, from what I played, I really liked it as well. I enjoyed how dynamic it was. Like, I love when a Final Fantasy game kind of like splits people apart, and like you get to play in one point of view and then you play as another point of view. Like that was one thing that I really loved about 8, and that I kind of wish they kept all the way through, was like the party being split up and you having to like organize your team and be like, ooh, who do I want to have, you know, in the same team, and like them having different interactions depending on who you picked for what and all of that, you know what I mean? So yeah, from what I played of 6, I really enjoyed that, like getting to know all of these different characters and how they kind of came together and all that. I like that kind of trope, I guess, if you will. 9 was awesome. 5, I remember liking it. I never finished it though, because I played it a long time ago. But I remember liking it. I feel like I remember being pretty excited about like the job system of it all, like figuring out who I want to have doing what kind of thing. But yeah, I probably got distracted by something else and I never finished it. 6 is your favorite non-MMORPG. I get that. 6 is a lot of people's favorite. Besides, you know, like 7. Have you started 13 yet, Ruin, or are you starting it soon? Because 13 is another one that's a bit polarizing, and I'm very curious to hear your opinion about it. Ooh, you're like midway through. Sexy. So how are you liking it? I'm very curious. Because I think I played it. I don't know if I finished it 2 times. And that's a bad thing for me to say, because it's like, how do you not remember if you finished the game twice? I definitely did it once, but I don't remember if I ended up doing another playthrough or something. I feel like I did, but I don't remember. Maybe because that must have been when I got 13-2. And maybe I just blurred the two together a little bit. You don't mind 13. The combat is definitely closer to turn-based on that one. They definitely kind of took a step not necessarily a step back, but it's almost like a very beta version of what the Final Fantasy VII Remake combat became. Like, very, very early beta. Maybe like an alpha version. That's what I don't like about 13, is that there's a lot of menuing. Like, they just, in the cutscenes, they just throw in all these terms, and you're like, the who? The what? The how? And then you just have to, like, read in this, like glossary of sorts, and it's like, come on, guys. There must have been there could have definitely been a better way for you to explain all of this to me without, like, just throwing me into a menu. Just be like, anything, just read that side thing. It's like, come on, dude. But I liked it. It's not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite either. You know what I mean? I thought it was like a nice experience. And that game also had that thing of, like, people kind of being split up and, you know, seeing how they kind of find their way into each other's, like, lives and all of that stuff. Like, I like that kind of trope. So I really like that they did that in 13. I'm curious to see what you're gonna say about 15. Because that one is also, I feel like after 10, everything is very divisive in the Final Fantasy series. 10-2 got mixed responses. 11, 12, 13. 14 is probably not as mixed feelings, but definitely 15 and possibly 16. I don't really know too much about 16, to be honest. I only really know that it's like they had like a Devil May Cry developer doing the battle system on it. So it's like more of a action RPG moment. But yeah, I really want to play the OGs though. I have the Pixel Remaster, so I would probably play those. Your favorite is 8, Vesper. That's like my favorite too. I think 8 is just like, I don't think it's the best Final Fantasy game, but it's like my favorite because it just has a very special place in my heart. Like the soundtrack, the characters, the combat, like I feel like everything is just like so ingrained in like my formative years that I just can't, you know what I mean? Like it's just like a very special game to me. I would say probably my favorites are probably 8, 9, and 10, honestly. I know that might sound a little basic, but those are probably my faves. If I were to do a top 5, 7 would probably be on it. And honestly 15 might be on it as well. If I were to do a top 5, I would probably have 15 on it. That was another one of those that, like, objectively I was like, this is not the best game ever created. But I just connected with the characters. Like, I really connected with the characters and with their story, and I cried at the end, you know what I mean? So it's like, to me it was a special experience, you know? And I think that's sometimes what it can boil down to, where it's like, maybe this game isn't like, you know, objectively the best game ever created, but I had a really wonderful experience with it, so I can't kind of fault it. Like I can, but I can, but it's also like I'm also very biased, because I had like such a positive experience with it. So yeah, as far as like games go, I'm really excited to get into Tamagotchi life. She's arriving sometime this week, in the next possibly 48 hours, I'm hoping. It would be really nice if she arrived on my birthday. Although, I would maybe save it for a stream, but maybe, depending on how much energy I have after work, I could potentially do like a little tiny little bitty stream, like a little hour moment, I know it's not the ideal stream time, but if I could do like an hour here and there, it's better than nothing, It's better than nothing. I actually wanted to pick your brain a little bit about this, Ruin, and we can do it like privately if you don't feel like doing that in the chat, but how do you do it? Because I feel like this is my first time in a long time that I have a full-time gig whilst like wanting to stream and just in general create things, but I find it that when it's a work day, I basically am out of it by the end of the day. So I'm like, I don't even know like if I could stream, or if I could, like how much energy I would have, or you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very curious to like how you kind of juggle that. And obviously everyone else who has like a full-time and also like a part-time moment, how do y'all, and this doesn't even have to apply to streaming as well, it also applies to gaming, because I haven't really been like playing too much on my own time either, so I'm just curious to hear about like how y'all balance everything out a little bit. Because there are days where I come home from work and I don't want to look at a screen. There are days where I just want to like shower, lay down, like eat and then lay down. And then sometimes I get the rare itch to like play a game or something, but that only lasts like maybe up to an hour. Before I start falling asleep. So I'm really trying to figure out how I can pack in some gaming even throughout the day and stuff like that. Honestly, one thing that I've been enjoying a lot lately has been the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon TCG Pocket, or like, yeah, Pokemon Pocket card game. I'm not even playing matches. I'm just like collecting the cards. I'm just like opening packs. Yeah. Because I enjoy opening the packs and not spending money for them. And seeing the cute little cards and everything. But yeah, like I've been doing a little bit of reading as well. I feel like that's kind of easy to like read a little bit, while I'm waiting for the bus or while I'm waiting for the metro. Unfortunately, I can't read or play or watch things whilst I'm on the metro or on the bus because I will throw up. I do get motion sickness, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can squeeze in like micro dosing dopamine basically throughout the day, or like a little bit at the end of the day, maybe a little bit in the morning before I have to go to work or something. So any tips, any little tidbits that you can share, feel free to do so, because I'm all ears. I need all the help I can get on that front. What is this song? Kind of sounded a little bit like the Balam Garden song, but it's not. It's not. It's not at all. It's not at all that. Yeah. Anyways. Thank you so much for joining me, y'all. I am happy that I streamed today. I know I didn't really do anything. we just chatted, like the category suggests. We just chatted. But here we are, and I hope that you enjoyed. I promise that I will do some activities in future streams. Like I said, I really want to do Tamagotchi Life. Probably will be doing that next week. And then if I end up finding like little moments where I can stream here and there throughout the week, or maybe I can record little tidbits here and there for y'all, I will. No promises on that, but for now I can at least, give you like a little once a week moment for like a couple hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's not much, but it's what I got. So I really appreciate seeing you all here when I do stream. It's very easy for one to think that like, I'm gonna stream, but I'm barely here, so is anyone even gonna show up? So it's really nice to see that, people do show up, and y'all are tuning in, and y'all are chatting with me and saying hi and sharing your own little anecdotes and what you're up to and such as. So that makes me really happy to come back and be welcomed so warmly. Is that even a word? I don't know. But in any case, have a good week, y'all. Stay extremely juicy, and I will see you next time. All right. Bye. Ooh.